What's up, y'all? So today I'm speaking to somebody really trying to figure things out, and I'm gonna just stay with some of my heart. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you, God is very much real. The spirit world is very much real. These things are extremely real, especially for the chosen ones. You know, you will. I started off as a person who was somewhat an atheist in my from my opinion. And I write about this in my second book about me not believing in God or things unseen. Um, and I used to argue because I was definitely one of those kids that was a smart aleck. I was like, how do any grown people believe in something they don't see? They might as well believe in the Easter Bunny or believe in Santa Claus. Like you grown. I used to argue. I remember arguing with an uncle of mine, and it really would be upsetting. And, at that time I was young. I was young. You know, how you are. You're young. You think you know everything. But life has shown me what's really real and what's really fake. And I talk about illusions on this channel. And I don't go into depth of what I mean about illusions because every man must walk their path to figure things out in the time frame in which they're supposed to figure it out. And even on this channel, when I go into certain topics, I don't go as deep as I could, and I don't give as vast of knowledge as I can about certain topics. I am an avid learner, and I've been learning and educate myself not only through life experience and the school of hard knocks. Uh, I study, and I study a wide range of subjects along with other divine type of learning. But what I'm saying, I'm no rookie to the spirit realm, and my journey has been a very interesting journey. And there's been a lot of twists, a lot of turns, and to awakening, to moving into uh, my own spiritual authority. But I guess I want to make this video for anybody who's been following me and they just wondering, because you may get bits and pieces of my story, and I could tell you the story, but depending on the perspective, the story could always be different because really it's how we view it. And even now, my perspective of my own story has shifted because it is truly what you choose to embody. It's truly what you choose to give attention to. And all parts are very real, but everybody's story is somewhat a melting pot. It's not one dimensional. You can't say, hey, my story is about struggle or my story is about uh, working a 9 to 5 or my story is about uh, uh, ambition or my story is about like you can't nobody's story is just one dimensional like that, and people choose to see their story through the lenses in which is most prominent, and at any time that lens can shift, your viewpoint can shift. And this comes down to the same thing when it comes to life. What you choose to focus on is what grows. And what you choose to sow seeds into is what grows. Fear is a very debilitating characteristic. And we're born in a world where it tramples you with fear through media, through outlets, through the people around you. And even if you didn't want to feel emotion like this, people are constantly reinforcing it. And I guess what I'm talking to you about is that each and every one of you is the creator of your own reality. And of course, there are unseen things that do play a part. That is why I will tell you that it is important always to put out the right energy and what you sow is what you reap. And no act of good goes unnoticed, and no acts of malice go unseen. And I think if it was up to certain things I can't talk about, but everybody has a choice. You can choose to run with the narrative and act the damn fool and participate in all of this toxic type level chaos that's pushed, or you can choose to look deep inside yourself and find out who you are. And you can wait a lifetime for this, or you can start digging now. But the quicker you do it, the sooner you do, is the sooner that you'll find your freedom. And through you freeing yourself, others around you will also free themselves. Because you are the living example and the sacrificial lamb. And I'll put this in my way. Very chosen one, if you listen to this, you are the sacrificial lamb for your bloodline. And change doesn't happen through saving folks. You must save the person that everything in the world is trying to pull you away from the most. You. So with that said, I'm not gonna say a lot, but the worst thing in the world you can do is betray yourself. I'm out.